listening to the Baker Air Conditioning and Heating Halftime Show. Today's Bandsman of the Week is brought to you by All In Custom Gutters and Christmas Lights, a firefighter family-owned business. Call them at 903-819-9183. Now let's join Monty Walker with this week's Bandsman of the Week.
This week's Bandsman of the Week is Karis Riley, a sophomore. She's a flute player and squad leader. What does squad leader mean?
Squad leader, it's just we all have our groups of people, usually consists like 12 to 15 people, and we just set up reminders, like if we have practices, if they have any questions, they come to us before they come to the drum majors, and we try to help them as best we can and make band a good place.
You're also a woodwind field captain. What does that mean?
So band, we have woodwind and brass. We have a woodwind field captain, and then we also have a brass field captain. And that's just if we need to do warm-ups before we go out and perform, that's our job. So I'll conduct the woodwinds and get them warmed up, stuff like that.
So when did you start in school? I think you started in kindergarten. Do you remember your kindergarten teacher?
I do. Her name was Mrs. Smith. She was a good teacher. I don't remember much just because that was a long time ago, but people definitely have some stories.
When did you start in the band?
We start band, like kind of in band in 5th grade. And it's just like kind of half band, and then we like go to tech or something like that. But I'd say I started in 6th grade that was like a thing that we do consistently. It's probably 6th grade, I'd say.
So when did you know flute was the thing?
So actually, I didn't. I didn't really have, I guess, a choice. We do pick our top 3 instruments, and flute was not one of mine at all. But I walk into Mrs. List's office. She was like, "You're going to do flute. I know it wasn't on your list, but you're going to do flute, and you're going to love it." So I just stuck with it, and I do love it. So
how's Miss List been? What kind of leader is she?
She's a great leader. She's very passionate. She loves the band. She loves everybody. She loves all her students just like her own kids, and she makes sure that's known. And her goal is to win, and that's what we try to do for her.
What's your hardest class that you have right now at Howe High School?
I would say Miss Pickett's Honors English. She's a very good teacher, and she teaches the subject really, really well. But we have a lot of work in there, and we really got to stay on top of it.
Who's your favorite teacher?
Miss Camp. She teaches honors chemistry. I'm in her honors chemistry, and she's a very, very good teacher.
We're going to take a break on your all-in custom gutters and Christmas lights Bandsman of the Week with Karis Riley.
All In Custom Gutters and Christmas Lights is proud to sponsor the pride of Howe High School's Bandsman of the Week. Your hometown Bulldog alumni owned and operated business is here for all your seamless gutter and outdoor Christmas lights needs. Give them a call at 903-819-9183 and let them make your house shine really bright this Christmas. All In Custom Gutters and Christmas Lights. Give them a call at 903-819-9183. All In Custom Gutters and Christmas Lights.
Welcome back to the All-In Custom Gutters and Christmas Lights Bandsman of the Week segment with Karis Riley. How has this season gone so far? Did you have a good band camp early before the school started and everything?
I'm very proud of this year's freshmen. They did so good during band camp. I think that was probably one of the best band camps we've ever had. They really wanted to come, and they really wanted to learn, and they're very coachable. I'm very proud of our band. I think we're progressing really, really well.
In your life, who is someone you look up to?
I'd say I look up to my mom or my sister. Definitely in like the band aspects, I definitely look up to my sister a lot. But my mom also, she's a great role model. My parents, both of them, they have very good morals, and I'm very thankful that I learned those from them.
What are other activities you're involved with at Howe High School?
I'm involved with Stuco. I am student council. I'm the treasurer for them, and then hopefully I'll be trying out for like the class representative.
So as treasurer, how much cash rolls through your hand?
Not much.
So tell us about your siblings. I think you have quite a few of them.
I do. I have an older brother, Noah. He graduated a couple years ago. He's 19. And then I have an older sister, Bryn. She is 18, just turned 18. She graduated last year. And I have a younger brother named Camden, who is a freshman this year.
So speaking of Bryn, she was a drum major here. Do you have any aspirations to be drum major?
I do. Hope that's a big goal of mine, to be assistant drum major next year, and then hopefully, if everything goes to plan, head drum major senior year.
What's the goal for this season?
We kind of stole Coach Smith's, motto for his teams. It's win every rep. So obviously our main goal is to win the place we don't talk about. But also I think it's important to make sure we win every rep, do the best we can. Obviously try our best in every competition, every practice, every Friday night.
Life after Howe High School. I know that's quite a ways away. You're only a sophomore, but have you thought about what may be the things you want to do after Howe High School?
I definitely want to go to college. I want to major in something along the lines of sports medicine, hopefully be an athletic trainer or a physical therapist, something like that.
That is Karis Riley, your Bandsman of the Week.
Today's Bandsman of the Week is brought to you by All In Custom Gutters and Christmas Lights, a firefighter family-owned business. Call them at 903-819-9183. You're listening to the Baker Air Conditioning and Heating Halftime Show. You're listening to the Baker Air Conditioning and Heating Halftime Show. Today's Bandsman of the Week is brought to you by All In Custom Gutters and Christmas Lights, a firefighter family-owned business. Call them at 903-819-9183. Now let's join Monty Walker with this week's Bandsman of the Week.
This week's Bandsman of the Week is Josh Carr. Now, did you start school in Howe?
No, sir, I didn't. I started in Plainview Elementary in Ardmore, Oklahoma.
When did you get to Howe?
Around the second semester of my 6th grade year.
When did you start with the band?
I started that year with the band and started as a trumpet.
So you've got Angie Liss, Mrs. Liss, as band director. What kind of leader is she?
She is a very helpful person that helps. Even if you have absolutely no clue what you're doing, she will make sure that she tries her absolute best to help you and help others as much as she can, whether it's giving you a ride home or picking you up for practices or teaching you other things that you may not know how to do, whether it's within your real life outside of band or whether it's in band.
Does she ever talk about her fantasy football team?
Quite often.
It's probably not as good as what she says it is, but we're in the same league. What's your hardest class that you have right now?
I would say probably physics.
Sounds like a very hard class. What is it about physics?
I'm in the honors, so it's just constantly a packet a day. You have 40 questions of something, and just it's a lot. It's quite a lot.
So who's your favorite teacher at Howe High School?
I would probably have to say the band directors, and just all of them.
You're listening to the All In Custom Gutters and Christmas Lights Bandsman of the Week with Josh Carr.
All In Custom Gutters and Christmas Lights is proud to sponsor the pride of Howe High School's Bandsman of the Week. Your hometown Bulldog alumni-owned and operated business is here for all your seamless gutter and outdoor Christmas lights needs. Give them a call at 903-819-9183 and let them make your house shine really bright this Christmas. All In Custom Gutters and Christmas Lights. Give them a call at 903-819-9183. All In Custom Gutters and Christmas Lights.
You're listening to the All In Custom Gutters and Christmas Lights Bandsman of the Week with Josh Carr. How's the season gone so far for you?
I would say we're doing really well. I feel like our music is way better than it's been, as well as so there's minor things that we can change that it will always improve over time. But right now I feel very comfortable where we're at and feel really, really, really nice.
In your life, who is someone you look up to?
I would have to say both my parents, Sean Carr and Kayla Robinson.
And what other activities you're involved with at Howe High School?
I'm on the robotics team and with my really good friend Logan Nitchman, Dylan Mayhew, and Benjamin Booth.
So let's talk about robotics. When does the season start, and when is competition, and how good is the robotics team going to be this year? Talk about that.
Well, the season actually started back in May, late May, early June, and it kind of goes throughout the entire year up until we get to the really, really big event of the year, which is called Worlds, where they actually just say, hey, here's the new game, get started. So we realistically, I think our first competition is November 1st, which is also when area is for marching band, so I probably won't be there for that.
Yeah, well, you won't be where? Which one are you going to pick?
I probably won't be at the robotics competition.
Okay, so band takes precedence over that. Okay. What about siblings?
I have three younger sisters, Skylar, who's a freshman, Bridget, who's in 5th grade, and the youngest, who is 5 months old now, Maylee.
What's the goal for this band season?
I would say get a better placement than we have in the past couple of years in terms of at the place we don't talk about, you know.
Life after Howe High School. You're a junior, so you've got, some time to think about this, but have you thought about what you want to do after you graduate here at Howe?
I would like to go into the Air Force.
Nice.
Yeah, I want to do some sort of engineering thing there where whether I work on machines or work on actual engines on things. So I would be really fortunate to do that.
Very nice. Now, you switched from trumpet to French horn. When did that happen, and why did that happen?
Well, this happened last year around right after we got back from San Antonio last year. We just needed more French horns, and they kind of asked around, was like, Josh, I think you'd be good at it. And I was like, okay, I'll try it. And it's just kind of stuck with me ever since then. So,
how hard is that transition from one horn to another?
I thought it was going to be a lot harder than it was. Very, very minor differences. I'd say the hardest part of learning the French horn is learning how high a note is compared to another instrument and how low that note is compared to another instrument, such as like I transferred over from the trumpet. So
Miss Liz said at the very beginning you were kind of a marginal marcher in the band, but have become one of the best marchers in the band. How has that transition taken place?
I honestly think whenever I first started out, I just didn't listen as much as I should have. But I've kind of just taught myself to listen a little bit harder and listen a little bit more and just overall bring more attention to band and not other things like video games or sports and stuff like that, which granted, I love all of those, but bringing a little bit more attention to actual school and schoolwork, of course, such as band, but learning, just listening, I felt like that just helped me way more than I used to.
According to my wife, you'll make a good husband one day. You take the lead to help others, is what Miss Liz says. So talk about that.
I feel like there are so many new freshmen here, and even sophomores, juniors, even sometimes the seniors don't know what they're doing, and that's completely fine. If there's any way that I can help, that's just the way I am. I just love to help people in any way, shape, or form, and whether it's learning where they're supposed to be on the field or music-wise, I'm always there to help.
So she also says that you're quirky, funny, and someone she can rely on. So I guess this is where I ask you to say something quirky or funny.
Well, I was not prepared for this, so.
And that is your Bandsman of the Week, Josh Carr.
Today's Bandsman of the Week is brought to you by All In Custom Gutters and Christmas Lights, a firefighter family-owned business. Call them at 903-819-9183. You're listening to the Baker Air Conditioning and Heating Halftime Show. You're listening to the Baker Air Conditioning and Heating Halftime Show. Today's Bandsman of the Week is brought to you by All In Custom Gutters and Christmas Lights, a firefighter family-owned business. Call them at 903-819-9183. Now let's join Monty Walker with this week's Bandsman of the Week.
This week's Bandsman of the Week is Felix Vasquez. So when did you start school and how?
Third grade.
What do you remember about third grade?
I was very quiet. Yeah.
What about your teacher? You have any idea who your teacher was then?
I do. It was Miss Biscaro.
Okay. So you first went out for band in the fifth grade, ended up with the trombone from the outset. What is it about the trombone that you like?
It's different. Everything else kind of can be the same, do the same things, but the trombone's different. It's got the slide. It's cooler, I think.
So you had a solo in the 2023 performance. Did that help you with your confidence overall?
Yeah, because when you're playing in front of a stand full of people, you kind of just got to not focus on what you mess up on. You just got to do your best. And ever since then, I really don't care if I mess up.
So you were once a Rookie of the Year your freshman year, and now you're the band president as a senior. Talk about your leadership in this program.
Yeah, I think it's just because I relate to the band members a lot. I understand where they come from, and I feel like since I can do that, I can be a good voice for them.
Homecoming week this week, and you're the Homecoming King nominee. Did you see that coming?
Oh, not at all. Not at all. No. I thought it was not a chance.
You're listening to Bandsman of the Week. Felix Vasquez will be right back.
All In Custom Gutters and Christmas Lights is proud to sponsor the pride of Howe High School's Bandsman of the Week. Your hometown Bulldog alumni owned and operated business is here for all your seamless gutter and outdoor Christmas lights needs. Give them a call at 903-819-9183 and let them make your house shine really bright this Christmas. All In Custom Gutters and Christmas Lights. Give them a call at 903-819-9183. All In Custom Gutters and Christmas Lights.
We're speaking with Bandsman of the Week, Felix Vasquez. Miss Liz says you were once super shy, quiet guy, but have now found your voice. Is that fair to say?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
She also says that other students respect you because of your servant's nature. What is it that you do for others?
I speak for them. I'm a voice. I feel like I understand a lot where they come from. And like when they have gripes, I can understand. I can relate to them. I can help give them solutions.
So, being a freshman Rookie of the Year, I would imagine that you can tell freshmen, "Hey, this is how you get from point A to point B." Would that fair to say?
Yeah, definitely. I think I understand like the freshman mindset, and I can help them like just be the best they can be.
Do you ever think about the legacy of the band and where this program has been? 3 state titles, quarter century worth of state finals and stuff like that.
Every once in a while, because there's some expectations, but I always think that we can get as far, if not farther than that, and we can always improve on the legacy of the band.
You're going to have a huge home crowd Friday night. It's an all-school reunion, so a lot of people coming back. Tell those who haven't seen the show what they expect to see.
Some good music and some great marching and a good show. Something you can definitely enjoy no matter what.
What's the goal for this year's band?
Get as far as possible. As far as possible. Obviously, the big goal is to go win down there, but really that takes a lot of work. And as long as we improve along the season, I feel like our goals would be met.
That's Felix Vasquez, your Bandsman of the Week.
Today's Bandsman of the Week is brought to you by All In Custom Gutters and Christmas Lights, a firefighter family-owned business. Call them at 903-819-9183. You're listening to the Baker Air Conditioning and Heating Halftime Show. You're listening to the Baker Air Conditioning and Heating Halftime Show. Today's Bandsman of the Week is brought to you by All In Custom Gutters and Christmas Lights, a firefighter family-owned business. Call them at 903-819-9183. Now let's join Monty Walker with this week's Bandsman of the Week.
This week's Bandsman of the Week is Lillianne Freeman. Now, did you start school in Howe?
Yes.
And do you remember anything about elementary, maybe who your kindergarten teacher was or anything like that?
I had Miss Onstadt, and most of our class was in that class. I'm pretty sure most of my friends today were in that class.
So you got a lot of K through 12 or kids that have hung around in Howe, huh?
A lot. A couple have moved, like 5 probably. A little more than that.
Well, that's good. When did you start with the band?
Like 5th grade.
What did you play in the 5th grade, or what did you initially play?
We had choices, and my top 3 were trumpet, percussion, or flute, and they ended up putting me on percussion. So we just did like practice pad stuff.
So tell me about Miss Liss and what kind of director she is.
She's strict, but she's also really nice at times. Well, most of the time. We wouldn't be able to have our band as good. They wouldn't be as good without her.
Does anybody bring her Dr. Peppers?
I have no clue.
Okay, I know she's big on Dr. Peppers. If you ever want to get on her good side, bring her a Dr. Pepper. Okay, hardest class that you have right now?
Probably chemistry.
What is it about chemistry?
Just remembering the formulas you have to do is just really weird.
So what about a favorite teacher?
Probably my chemistry teacher, Miss Camp.
All right. We're visiting with the Bandsman of the Week, Lillian Freeman. We'll be right back.
All In Custom Gutters and Christmas Lights is proud to sponsor the pride of Howe High School's Bandsman of the Week. Your hometown Bulldog alumni owned and operated business is here for all your seamless gutter and outdoor Christmas lights needs. Give them a call at 903-819-9183 and let them make your house shine really bright this Christmas. All In Custom Gutters and Christmas Lights. Give them a call at 903-819-9183. All In Custom Gutters and Christmas Lights.
We're visiting with Bandsman of the Week, Lillian Freeman. Tell us about this year's show.
It's the elements of art. So it's just we're adding more. It's like a blank canvas, and then you add like lines, shapes, and then color. So it's just a lot of that. It's just a buildup of color, and then it's really pretty music on the background.
So in your life, who is someone who you look up to? Who's that big role model in your life?
Probably my dad. He's funny and it's just funny.
What other activities are you involved with at Howe High School?
I'm in student council, and I plan on joining one-act play.
Okay, siblings.
I have 4. My older brother is Aiden. He's a stepbrother, and then I have 2 half-sisters, Samantha and Legacy, and then I have another half-brother, Jeremy.
You play the marimba in the front ensemble. How's that going?
It's pretty good. I think it's one of the hardest instruments, but it's easy to me, honestly.
You've worked hard to learn the 4-mallet technique. How hard was that?
It was hard, but it was also really easy. It was hard to just... You have to end up picking them up in the 4 mallets. So I had to learn how to put it together. And then Mr. Manuel, he told me in 8th grade that I just need to hold them. So I just held them for 5 minutes a day. And then I ended up being able to pick them up just to how they are.
So Miss Liz loves your selflessness and gave the example that you could play any percussion instrument in the show, but asked to be put where they thought would most help the band. So talk about that in your team-minded attitude.
Well, in 8th grade, we had to sign up or try out to be in whatever instrument you wanted to do for percussion. And I wanted to do snare drum. I also wanted to do marimba. I wanted to do all the instruments. So I tried out for snare drum, but then I ended up telling him that I really like the marimba and all the instruments, so he could just put me on whatever he thinks I would be good at the best.
So I'm hearing about this special shirt your dad wears. You said he's a funny guy. We're talking about your dad being a former Howe High School graduate, Rondell Freeman. What's the special shirt about?
So my 8th grade year, I was in the marching band, and he got this giant big head it was the worst photo of me ever. And he ended up not being able to bring it in the place we don't talk about. And because they said it looked like a weapon because there was a stick on it. So he ended up getting a shirt my freshman year, and it was also the worst photo of me ever. And this year, it's a little better. He let me pick the photo. Yeah, it's so bad.
So does he wear that every game?
Every game and competition. Sometimes he'll wear it at pep rallies or whenever he feels like it.
Life after Howe High School. I know you're only a sophomore, but have you thought about life after Howe High School?
I'm thinking about going to college, obviously, and I might go get my basics in probably, and then there's just so many options for jobs. I don't know what I want to do. yet.
All right, that's your Bandsman of the Week, Lillian Freeman.
Today's Bandsman of the Week is brought to you by All In Custom Gutters and Christmas Lights, a firefighter family-owned business. Call them at 903-819-9183. You're listening to the Baker Air Conditioning and Heating Halftime Show.